no job, nowhere to live, uncertain of what was going to happen even the next day.
And I had people break down in the office and just cry because they didn't know, how am I going to get my medication? I lost all my prescriptions, couldn't afford to buy new ones.
And we thought we were kind of set for retirement down the road, and then, the whole world crumbled down on us.
This storm made a blanket policy. It just took everybody and made them all even in one day.
Hello from Waveland, Bay St. Louis, on the Gulf Coast in Mississippi. I'm Art Baruffi, and together with my wife Pat, we're the pastoral team that are the directors of what you've come to know as Camp Katrina, now as a church plant of the Christian Missionary Alliance in the Gulf Coast in Waveland, Mississippi. Thank you so much to those of you that have supported us with funds, with prayers, and by coming and serving here. But we're in a new phase, an exciting phase. We're in a phase where we have found a building and we're in the process of planting a church. We still maintain our efforts to be a relief camp, to rebuild homes here in Waveland, Bay St. Louis. Hope was lost by so many because they were devastated by homes that were completely destroyed or those that had been flooded. And so we go back into their homes and repair them for them. But at the same time, the church plant is taking hold. We are using spiritual outreach, Bible studies, relational activities to gather those people who are hearing the shepherd's voice, to bring them into a new relationship with God, to help them to find the hope that they need, and to help them to rebuild their lives. There are exciting things happening here. The Christian Missionary Alliance, as a denomination, has taken over Camp Katrina, and as such now we're named the Christian Life Center. And their purpose is to continue the work of repairing homes and rebuilding homes, but now to perhaps advance in the area of rebuilding lives. And so Christian Life Center will now be a relief center, which is also moving toward becoming a church plant. So we're very excited about that. We will continue to deploy workers, to receive and deploy workers to repair homes. But we also will now be working toward repairing lives. And so much has happened in that area. We have family night open houses where we greet people on whose homes we work, and just for a time of ice cream and a social gathering. We also have on Friday night a Bible study that has grown very rapidly and has people really embracing this revelation of God, where God is choosing to reveal Himself during these very difficult times in the Gulf Coast area. As the Christian Life Center church plant now, we found a building. And we'll be purchasing that building. It's a building that will both accommodate the activities of the church and, for the present time, house and feed workers in order for us to continue to deploy them to fix homes. It's an excellent location. It is in Waveland. It's just off Highway 90, the main highway in town. And so we're excited about having a building for our operations, one with a sense of permanence rather than a leased building as we have. This building has served us well for the time we've been here, but now to have a building to work out of is very exciting, and it'll give us a greater identification in the community. My wife Pat and I have been directors of the camp, have been blessed to be directors of the camp since mid-February. Now we have committed longer, till the end of the year, and the hope is this, that we will continue the effort of rebuilding homes, of deploying workers, to continue to come closer to completing that work by the end of the week. At the same time, to take the new building we've got, to have it completely remodeled and have that building occupied and identified as the spiritual center that it needs to be as the Christian Life Center. And then lastly, to have a developed network of lighthouses that will come from our Bible study, those being touched by God, having their lives and their hearts changed. I've seen God work in so many areas in so many miraculous ways. We have a Bible study on Friday evenings, and we see the local people responding in such a way to this idea of what God is showing them during this time. And that's what we endeavor to do on Friday evenings, is simply to paint this beautiful picture of God as God reveals himself to us, and have people respond for that. In one case, we had a fellow whose heart was changed for the Lord back in January. And we began shortly thereafter in the Bible study, probably several months afterwards, to pray for his son. And just last week, he came with such a smile and said, "I have a visitor." And that visitor was his son, his 19-year-old son, who was having a few struggles and who left home, who was away for over 3 months, who that night came back with his heart changed, saying he didn't want his life to be what it had been. And he found peace in a relationship with God through Jesus Christ. So exciting. So there's much testimony we can offer on what God's doing in local people as they struggle through this rebuilding process and rebuilding their homes, and also considering how they rebuild their lives. But we've also seen so much work in the volunteers. People who give up their agendas in life, people who give up their vacations and their free time and even their work time and their paychecks to pay to come down here to be part of what's going on. With hearts open to God's agenda, we see so many people who focus for a week on that vertical relationship with God, and then that horizontal relationship and how they serve others after being filled with the love of the Lord and loving the Lord, how they come to serve other people. And we've seen so much miraculous work of God go on in these volunteers, and my wife Pat and I have been so blessed to be part of that. The goal of what was Camp Katrina remains, and that goal is to bring hope to the people of Waveland and Bay St. Louis. People had lost hope because they had lost everything they had. And so we still endeavor to bring hope. Initially it was to bring hope by giving them the much needed provisions of life, food and clothing. Now we bring hope by repairing their homes and getting them closer, and some right to the completion of their homes and getting them back in their homes. But in a larger sense and in a more far-reaching way, our goal is to bring hope to their lives and hope for eternity. And so we bring to them the hope that comes in this developing relationship with God through Jesus Christ. And that will be ultimately the hope that we'd like to deliver to this area. We have a website now. The website is www.clcgulfcoast.com. And on the website you can get updated information about what's going on at the Christian Life Center, and you can also get information about how you can be part of what we're doing, how you can pray, how you can give, and how you can come and serve here and be part of what's going on. So please feel welcome. We have embraced and welcomed and received very gratefully so much help to get us to this point. And now we would love to have you be part of that and continue to see God develop what He wants done in the Gulf Coast area, in Bay St. Louis, Waveland, Mississippi, what He wants done as a result of the Hurricane Katrina. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope this video proves beneficial in giving you the information you need to develop your heart's burden for what God is doing here. God bless you.
But we saw Camp Katrina sign out front, and we thought, I don't think I can lift another piece of sheetrock in that house. And so we came in and signed up, and it was just a few days. They sent somebody out to help us, and that just made all the difference in the world.
And then we had volunteers come in and help us with sanding and mudding, and it was a lot of people from a lot of different areas helped me to get back into this office. So this was a week of rejoicing.
You know, we wanted to pack up and get out. We didn't know what to do. You know, 50-something years old, and we didn't know what to do, where to go. But, you know, we've stuck it out, and we're thankful for you guys and staying with us, and y'all helped us out tremendously. And we're grateful for that.
I want to thank y'all for coming here and helping us the way you have. Truly thank you. Y'all have really been wonderful. Thank you. Thank you.